the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, you always need to bring your best in terms of dress wear.
Ooh, and I got the really good stuff on today. I spent a lot of money in the stores, probably more than I should have. But you know what? Let's focus on the game.
The credit card bill is on its way. So is the start of this one. A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles around and out. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
George, his first effort off the mark. And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Jay, Magic and Kobe each won 5 titles. How are you going to judge LeBron James' legacy in L.A.?
LeBron James wins 1 championship in L.A. That means he will set himself apart. He will have won 4 championships. In 3 different cities. Now, that is polarizing for some fans. That still does not take away from the overall greatness and the legacy of LeBron James.
Free throw's good. A 3-point play. And with that, they go up by 3. LeBron James. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
It's almost like he had the defender on a string, and he's the puppet master.
To James. Goes reverse to lay it in.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Leonard. Where's the chatter? No one was even close to him.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the 3.
James to Kyle Kuzma. Not that time. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
I mean, with so much talk these days about 3-point shooting and the spacing on the court and having versatile athletic wings, sometimes when you have a dominant big man, you keep giving him the ball. You let him be that anomaly.
Kawhi Leonard in his own world. Nobody near him. He sinks it for 3.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Deep 2 there. Won't go. Leonard to George. Strong finish for Paul George.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ball game.
LeBron into the front court. 5-point game. And look out.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
George. Not that time. He misses. To Davis. Got it.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
George. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Paul George. Fires, it's good. If you don't stand in his way, he's going to make you pay.
I mean, this is something everybody can relate to in their lives. It's happened to me while doing broadcasts as well. Sometimes you're physically there, but mentally you're nowhere to be found. We obviously saw one of those same things happen on the court.
New blood coming in for both sides. Danny Green, bad pass there. Clippers have it. To Paul George, beyond the arc for 3. He is yet to hit one tonight. No good. Danny Green to Davis. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Has a chance. Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Danny Green to Davis. Fires the three. That won't go. Williams into the front court. Leads three. Not going down for him this time.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short on the shot.
DeMarcus Cousins. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
It's not a travel if it looks pretty.
Right through the heart of the defense. The layup is good.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
How's that for a start? 14 points in this first quarter as he knocks down the three.
And look, I know this requires great conditioning on the defensive part, but you have to start denying him the ball. Make him catch the ball further away from the basket.
To George. Paul George, couple of free throws on the way. A career 84% free throw shooter. First try at the line, no good. And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. Danny Green against Paul George. Leonard to Williams. Lets it fly from long range. Jay, another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you have to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
And he's fouled. Davis going to the line for two.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
First one, count it. And he makes them both. Throws it down.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
The pass taken away by the Clippers. That's it for the first quarter. The Clippers have the lead. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Leonard. Rare miss the way he's been shooting. Shot's no good. To James. Clippers have it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Leonard. He continues to light it up from downtown. 5 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and what's shocking, Ed, is that he's gotten so many open looks. Look, stay down in the stance, stay disciplined, stop losing him, stay attached to his hip, and force him to put the ball on the ground off those curls and finish over your bigs.
James to Caldwell Pope from long range. And it's Zubats with the rebound. Kawhi Leonard against Cousins. Lays it up and in.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Now the Lakers going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. And finishes strong. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Oh, emphatic slam.
It's not every day that you see a 6'9", 265-pound freight train coming down the lane. You probably want to step out of the way.
George, no good. That's great defense.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Number 15, DeMarcus Cousins.
Across the timeline comes James. His guys currently down by 13. Nothing going here on that drive. Caldwell Pope to James. Caldwell Pope to James. Fires the three. Offensive read. Slams it home on the putback.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Cashes in for two.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Lakers ball. James to Kyle Kuzma. To Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins. It's like he's shooting into the ocean. He has not missed.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
And the defender over pursues, and he's called for it.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Leonard buries it on the catch and shoot.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
James into the front court. Trailing by, stuffs it down with authority.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Kyle Kuzma. Danny Green. Kyle Kuzma, strong finish.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something, get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Lou Williams, 3 for 3 in this first half.
Learn from that. You got to be a step ahead of the offensive player. Know that fake is coming again later.
Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
When you're outmatched talent-wise, you cannot get outworked. Get that ball back.
Oh, working hard there. Collects the rebound and gets it back up for the slam.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next-level elite PG. No doubt about it, this year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Off the penetration, almost, but no good.
It's because he took his eye off his target, Ed. As an offensive player, you have to glare at where the defender's coming to, but quickly redirect yourself to your actual target. He was more consumed with the defender than he was the actual rim.
Clippers have got it. Oh, whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Knocks down the first. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Leonard. Oh, good offense beating good defense.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Have to be careful inbounding the basketball, but good anticipation by the defense. The pass taken away by the Clippers. Leonard is good.
Well, they're shooting the ball at an amazing clip, and when they shoot the ball this well, they're essentially unguardable. And Ed, let me tell you what that does for the team. It eventually opens up space to put the ball down on the ground and get to the rim. That's how critical the three-point shot is.
A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen. First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Here's a chance from long range. Rebound hauled in by Cousins. Danny Green. Nice pass to set things up. Jermichael Green swats it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Williams. Oh, emphatic slam.
See, Ed, that's what I love. You don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
LeBron here against Harkless. Cleans it up. Follows his own shot with that one. Nice follow-up. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
LeBron James here against Harkless. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
And the Lakers with the rebound. To Caldwell Pope. Lou Williams. Huge block. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Lou Williams. Danny Green. James in a matchup with Harkless. Has a look. LeBron shot, that's no good.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Los Angeles has the basketball. A drive baseline, but the shot won't go. Williams across the timeline. His guys hold a commanding lead. Jumper's good.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
James, bad pass there. Clippers have it.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
LeBron into the front court. His guys down big. Turns and slams it down.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. And they called a foul. Felt the breeze there, Jay.
A simple touch foul.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now. George. Not that time. To James. That's toughness right there. Physical inside. Gets it to go.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
To James. Flushes it home. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
And Paul George, not sure why they left him that wide open. Takes advantage. Someone's not going to be happy about that. You have to be careful on the inbounds. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
LeBron here against Harkless. Won't go down. Works it to Kyle Kuzma. Anthony Davis. Tough matchup against George. Even to Zubats. Rejects it. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. James, the pass taken away by the Clippers. Oh, they call him for the foul.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Leonard 10 threes for him now in the game, Jay. Just astonishing.
And I can't believe what I'm seeing. It's only happened 30-something times since the three-point line went into effect in 1979. Goes to show you how big of a night he's having.
How old were you back then?
I was not born yet, my friend.
Boom, baby. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. To James. JaVale McGee to James. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
To Leonard. For three. And Kawhi Leonard buries the three with a hand in his face.
Everything looks great when you shoot the ball like this. And yes, Ed, this team does have some issues, but they are all masked and camouflaged with this shooting display we're watching.
And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
LeBron James. He's got 2 shots coming. Hasn't missed yet. First free throw is good. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second.
Pick up.
Leonard. Tough shot. He hits.
As a defender, you should take it personally when a contested three goes in. That's good defense, but it's not good enough.
LBJ has it.
Get your bucket.
Nothing going here on that drive. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2. That'll do it. Third quarter complete. It's been all Clippers so far. It'll be Lakers ball as we begin the fourth quarter, and they've really had very little go right for them on either end of the floor.
Remember that old line, your attitude determines your altitude? Well, when you see dejected faces on the sideline, that poor body language gave you an impression that they had no chance to win this game.
To Harkless. Danny Green to James.
Cut it, I got yours. No, he don't need no screen. How
you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
It's good for 3.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
LeBron with it up top. Down a bundle. To Danny Green. James against George. To Danny Green. Davis. Off the mark. No good. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ballgame.
And a whistle.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Anthony Davis sends it away.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Here's James with a chance. Gets a look. Can't hit. George. It's good. Coach wants to see more from his D.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Just a ball-handling wizard Still putting people under his spell.
That's the record. His 14th three-pointer in the game.
We have a national weather warning, excessive heat on the court.
Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
LeBron James at the line for 2 shots, shooting 66% in this contest. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. Leonard. He just continues to knock him down from deep. That extends his NBA record for 1 game.
He's just shattering that thing. But he's a very smart player. Look for him next time, maybe to give you a head fake, crack into you, get to the free throw line. This guy is a proven scorer.
James, bad pass there. Clippers have it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Not easy.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, sharing is caring.
LeBron James with the rock. The pass taken away by the Clippers.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Leonard. I don't know, Jay. They have a big lead. This game is just about over. He might not make many friends on the other side with that 3.
Oh, I don't want to hear that generic coaching speak about dwindle down the shot clock, use the clock is your friend. No, if you have a chance to beat him by 50, beat him by 50. If you want to beat him by 100, keep shooting more threes.
And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The result, he's going to the line.
That's actually not a bad move at all. You're applying more pressure on him by sending him to the line.
First try, no good. He missed a pair of free throws. To Paul George. Going to launch beyond the arc. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Leonard, that is great vision. Oh, ferocious slam inside.
I know there's that old saying that says 1 man can't beat 5, but we're watching 1 man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
To Danny Green. Curling inside. Driving is Green, but he can't finish. Nice pass to set things up.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with the fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Kawhi Leonard with a piece.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
LeBron against Paul George. And throws it down. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
"17-footer at the buzzer. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
He'll let one fly from half court. It's the Clippers who come away with the victory. as they cruise to win a game that was never really in doubt. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.